In today's video, I will be grinding the newly added dungeons for 24 hours in Blox fruits, unlocking many different types of rings, fusing them, and finally seeing if these dungeons are worth it. Before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button and let's get right into the video. And there we go, our first dungeon, and throughout this video, I will be probably using the dragon fruit with dragon heart. And during this dungeon, I will be looking for cards that increase my damage or lower my cooldowns. On a side note, I think the Buddha fruit with CDK would also be very reliable for dungeons, as you can M1 spam. And there we go, we have finally done our first dungeon, and the first ring we're getting is the Ring of Steelheart. Not the best, but all right. But without wasting any more time, I started another dungeon this time with completely other players. So hopefully they just don't sit there in AFK. So anyways, I'm going to be following the same strategy of getting the damage increase upgrades and also the special very OP upgrades that I talked about earlier. And there we go, let's see what we get this time. Okay, so we got the Ring of Twin Blades. And of course, I didn't stop there. I started doing my third dungeon with the exact same strategy. And there we go. The third dungeon has been completed, and I got another Ring of Twin Blades. Okay, that's pretty cool. And also low-key. I have stacked up on a lot of rings which will be very useful for fusing, which I will explain later. And also, one thing to note, I can't be grinding these dungeons for 24 hours because there's something called energy. And every dungeon takes 10 energy. So you can do 5 dungeons at once, and then you have to wait a little bit to do a few others, but still I'm going to be trying to do as many dungeons as I possibly can. There we go. We have completed another dungeon and we got Ring of the Outlaw. Okay, I don't mind that. Okay, now that's fine because we need different types of rings to fuse them into better ones. Now, I was getting pretty bored at this rate because I was doing the same thing over and over again, but to truly find out if these dungeons are worth it. So I locked in and started clicking through everything. Literally, everything. And there we go. Our 5th dungeon comes to an end, and this time, I nearly just missed a Tier 2 Ring of Spirit. I'm very sad about that, but it's fine. So I only had a few energy left. I decided to do one more dungeon, and thankfully this time I had some good teammates. This dungeon, it was actually pretty fun to do. Anyways, this dungeon came out to be a very good one as I actually managed to get a Tier 2 Ring of Might. And a little update on the rings, we're actually getting some progress done, which I definitely like. So I opened up the fuse machine and put all of my Twin Blades rings into it, and I can craft Twin Blades Tier 2 for absolutely free, and it just makes the ring a lot more stronger, and look how cool this animation is. I really like it. Similarly, I did the same thing with the Ring of Might and turned it into a Tier 2 ring. But without wasting any more time, I started my 9th dungeon, and doing the same strategy, the dungeon was a breeze, and I got myself a Ring of Twin Blades. Right after that, I started my 10th dungeon. Yes, I'm literally on my 10th dungeon already. And of course, it was the brain-dead grinding. And I got the Ring of Spirit. And if you haven't noticed already, I was going to be fusing. First, I made a Tier 2 Ring of Spirit, which is pretty freaking cool. Now here comes the fun part. I'm going to be making a Tier 3 Ring of Might, and there we go, and look at how cool that looks. That's crazy. And I didn't stop there. I made a Tier 3 Outlaw Ring, the brutal ring of the Outlaw Tier 3, and look at the rings that I have right now. Now that's the end of the video for today, guys. Hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching.